Ready? All right, it's January 10th. This is County Commission meeting. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Stottlemyre,
Present.
Vice Chair Harris,
Present.
Chair Waymeyer,
Present.
and Commissioner Dunn,
Present.
Commissioner Dickinson.
If you stand and join me for Pledge of Allegiance, and then I believe we'll have an invocation. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Is that you? All right.
Father, I want to thank you for the opportunity to come before this place in this assembly today and to lift up your name in prayer. Lord, obviously in the cold that we're all dealing with, I think about those that are sheltering out in the cold. And Lord, so we ask you to provide for them and protect them. And Lord, look after them, take care of them. Lord, I lift up these commissioners here today. I ask you, Lord, to give them wisdom and to give them understanding. Lord, this is your land, this is your state, and this is your county. And may every decision that they make today, and I look at their agenda, they have many decisions to make. Lord, I ask you to give them your heart, your will, your words, and your direction. And may they know that you are leading and guiding them in everything that goes on in this county and around our area. Lord, we thank you for this today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thanks. Any correspondence? No? No, sir. There wasn't any public comment, was there?
No,
Consent agenda includes the minutes from January 3rd. Is there anything else, Betsy? I didn't see an email. Nope.
you didn't see the email? I sent it yesterday afternoon, but
Is there anything else?
no.
Oh, okay. All right. So is there a motion to approve the minutes from the January 3rd meeting?
So move. Second.
Second?
Commissioner Stottlemyre,
Yes.
Vice Chair Harris,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
and Chair Waymeyer.
Yes. First item business is to replace 3 patrol vehicles for the sheriff.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Morning. As you can see on the agenda cover sheet, this is an annual thing. We typically try to replace 3 of our patrol vehicles, our fleet vehicles every year, and that's what we are requesting again this year, is to replace 3 of those. This year, what we're requesting is the same as what we did last year, which is be 2 Durangos and 1 Chevy Tahoe. As we've discussed, for safety reasons, we have a couple guys that are very large in stature, and it's safer for them and easier for them to get in and out of the Tahoe than it is that Durango. So what we're requesting is 2 Durangos at $66,979.37 each. These are fully equipped and marked and everything at that price. And then the Tahoe is $76,301.01 for a total of $210,259.75. This is we budgeted through the capital outlay fund $200,000 for these purchases. We anticipate that we will be receiving more than that $10,000 when we put the 3 vehicles we're replacing on Purple Wave. Last year, a comparable vehicle, I believe we got $5,800 for the 1 vehicle that was comparable to the 3 that we will be
Do you happen
putting
to
on.
remember what the 3 you're sending out to auction are?
Excuse me.
What kind of vehicles the 3 we're replacing?
They're going to be Explorers.
Going out, so
Yeah.
does that add to the price too, since you can't use any of that equipment since you're changing brands, or?
Yeah, it changes everything. So, yes, and it was, I'm sorry, it was 8,200 is what we got for the Explorer last year. And that's what we will be replacing these. So we anticipate being able to make back that 10,000. And then that, when whatever we receive from Purple Wave goes back into that capital outlay fund.
Everything's going up. All righty.
Yes, is there anybody else that does these besides this Hanover, Kansas company?
There are a couple other companies that do the same thing where you get them, that they're fully equipped. This is where we have found the best price and where we really where we really see our cost savings on this with this company is the vehicle up front. These vehicles this year that we're getting are actually 2023 model years. They had some new ones that had not sold yet, and so we are having some cost savings getting these this year as well. We did that 2 years ago as well, and it saves pretty good because they do go up pretty significantly each model year.
And we've used this company for years, I feel.
We have used this
You
company
and the
and the
ambulance.
ambulance. We've been using this company. We're very satisfied. If we're not able to get down there to pick them up, they deliver them. They've been really, really good to work with.
Prior to this, didn't you have to kind of piecemeal, get the radios
did.
one place, graphics another? And
Correct. We would have to go pick up the vehicle from the dealership and then deliver it around to get each stage done. And that took a lot of manpower and took longer to get that vehicle rotated in and out. So this has been very convenient and it's been a cost savings for us.
All right. Thanks. Is there a motion to approve replacing the 3 sheriff's vehicles?
Motion approved. Second.
Commissioner Harris,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Stottlemyre,
Yes.
and Chair Waymer.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, let's move the next item to the last.
All right. All right, then, next item of business will be consider approving the off-system bridge agreement between KDOT and Franklin County for the replacement of the Texas Road Bridge.
Commissioners, this is the official agreement for the Texas Road Bridge that we were notified sometime last year that we were one of, I think they awarded 20 different bridge applications out of a total of 80. So it's fortunate that we were selected. So this is a standard agreement that we have with all of our KDOT projects. One thing of note on this particular agreement, because of the surplus funds that the KDOT has, ordinarily this would be an 80-20 match. But because of the extra funds, KDOT will be paying 100% of the construction and inspection costs up to $1 million on this particular project. And so currently, those costs, the initial construction estimate was $960. So I'm hopeful that other than the design costs and maybe any right-of-way or utility relocation costs, that KDOT will be funding the rest of this project. So that's a really good deal for us.
All right. And almost the day that the previous one's wrapping up, we're doing this, proving another, so. Is there a motion to approve the agreement between KDOT and Franklin County for the off-system bridge replacement?
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Stottlemyre, Commissioner Harris,
Yes.
and Chair Waymer.
Yes. All right. Next item, consider approving county spring cleanup days at the landfill.
Well, as always, it feels kind of funny to be talking about things that are going to be happening in the spring when we've got 8 inches or 10 inches of snow on the ground. But in order to be able to plan accordingly, we would like to publish these dates. These are very similar to the dates that we have every year. We've already visited with the city of Ottawa about the April 5th and 6th. And we will send notices to the other communities as soon as this is approved. So basically, the month of April in the various communities, there will be roll-offs for them to dispose of their trash and unwanted items. And then on April 26th and 27th, the transfer station and the C&D landfill will be open to all county residents, free of charge those 2 days.
Alrighty. Questions? Anybody like to make a motion to approve the proposed days for the pre-dump, spring cleanup?
Motion approved. Second.
Commissioner Stottlemyre,
Yes.
Commissioner Harris,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
and Chair Waymire.
Yes. It's time of year to review and approve our annual software maintenance agreements. Dustin?
Good morning, Commissioners. These are just a few of them that we already had in hand, and I wanted to go ahead and start getting these in front of you now. There's going to be some more that come. One of the big ones that you've seen each year is the Mentone. That's the one that we are trying to start reducing and cut off, so that is not in this batch because we're still trying to work out those cancellations. So in this batch, we have our Real Vision. That is a product that has traditionally been paid out of the Register of Deeds office. It's for an imaging solution with tax still being on the AS400 and the Treasurer's office scanning checks and doing things like that. We felt that it was needed to go ahead and continue on that product. So we did see an increase that was expected. We just hope to be off of that product by this point. So that invoice did go up from about $4,000 to $5,100. The rest of them are pretty much in line. For the mobile wireless, that is our VPN solution for law enforcement or emergency services. There's a portion of that, as you can see on the cover letter, that we bill back to Wellsville for their PD and Ottawa for their fire and PD. The rest of that is used in our sheriff's office, EMS offices, emergency management, several locations. Then the SHI is for our spam filter on our email service. So that is used by all email accounts throughout the county. And the last one is our Tyler Technology annual for our enterprise permitting licensing that we are deploying here pretty soon.
All right.
So total of that comes out to $47,191.36, and that is all that I currently have in hand. We budget for these also in my software support line.
Bill? Any questions on the agreements? Is there a motion to approve this batch of agreements for $47,191.36?
Make a motion.
Second.
Commissioner Harris,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Stottlemyre,
Yeah.
and Chair Waymire.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Our last item of business is a final plat. Pat?
Good morning, Commission. We have already been presented this. It was 42 acres north of Pomona. It was a rezoning at first, but as we do with small subdivisions, we have to replat this and have it approved by the commission. So in this case, you guys should have a copy of the plat. It has all of the easements that are necessary for power and entrances and everything as that such. Nothing's really changed since we did the rezoning, other than it's just been completed. It was approved by the Planning Commission unanimously, and staff still recommends approval.
Questions? Anybody like to make a motion to approve the final plat of Love Acres Edition?
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Stottlemyre,
Yes.
Commissioner Harris,
Yes.
Chair Waymire.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Pat. Thank you. I'll slide that after the meeting. Staff reports.
Yeah, thanks, Colt. You're going to get a more in-depth update from David and Tom and potentially the sheriff, but I do want to talk a little bit about what's happened over the last couple days. I feel like we live in very divisive times right now politically. It's very political out there. Government is something that it seems like everyone has strong opinions about. Just want to point out what local government's been doing over the last couple days. It's been Tuesday at 1 a.m. We've got public works crews out overnight trying to prep the roads. We've got first responders out. Both Dustin and Tom, and these are directors that aren't normally working at 1 a.m., they're out because we're without power, our generator's down. So they're busting their tails, doing their jobs. Over the last day and a half, we've got so much snow down here, but our ambulances are still running. Our public works guys have been working nonstop. Our first responders our sheriff's office, they're out there helping folks nonstop. Like, and to me, and when I think of government, that is what I think of. I think of local government. I think of public service. I think about how reassuring it must be for those folks that need an ambulance or need the sheriff's office, or the dedication of our individuals in public works. I think about how Dustin and Tom must be feeling as they're sitting here today. I'm sure they're both wiped out. We've had a lot of people work very, very hard, and I'm grateful for that. We had folks in every office that made it in, even though some of their buildings didn't have power. They didn't have internet because our system was down, but they were here, they were working. Betsy Hedges, right there, one of those folks, like people that care, so they get in here. And not being here is not an indictment. Like, we know it was bad out there, so certainly understand, and I'm glad our folks that didn't make it in made the right decision for them. That's what we would have wanted them to do. So, it's been a rough couple days, but we're sitting here today in a pretty good spot. I know Public Works still has a massive job ahead of them, and they'll be working on that for days. But operationally, we're performing well. Dustin and Tom got us back up and running. So all things considered, very happy, very proud of our folks, and just wanted to give them a little bit of kudos for that. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Paul, anything? All right. Tom?
Good morning, Commissioners. If you didn't know that we had a snowstorm, anywhere to 8 to 10 inches of snow fell. Started about midnight, and we got about 3-inch per hour snow rates. So even if you were diligent about, cleaning up your driveway, you're not that diligent. So our system was pretty much overwhelmed, and it's going to be. But the resiliency that we had, being able to come out and do a lot of the stuff that we were able to do, pays that. We had meetings beforehand, the storm that happens, and then we had another meeting yesterday, making sure that we can keep emergency services running. So part of that is making sure that if we have an ambulance or something, somebody has to go out, that if we can get a public works guy to have to plow into that, we can make that happen. Some of that plays into that is the radio system that we've invested in. We have that ability to talk. Everybody has the ability to turn to the same channel and talk. So that's a huge advantage for us. Right now, I believe there's about a couple hundred people on Evergy that are without power. That's a down from about 1,000 last night when I last checked it. Well, I don't know if it's 100 people or 100 houses, but it's somewhere a couple hundred houses. It's somewhere around that. The city's got about a couple hundred meters that are still out too, or about 100 meters that are still out as well. They'll be working to repair all that. Today's temperature is 35 and sunny, which makes great for melting and getting ahead on what we need to do for the day. The next thing we're watching for is the snowstorm coming in Thursday, Friday night, because much like this last forecast, they say that they've gone from like 1 to 3 inches to us to 0 to 4. So we're right on that line again of whether or not we're going to get whacked or not. So if we get another 4 inches of snow, that's real problematic. If we get 0, we can probably live with that too. The thing that we have to watch for now is the extreme cold temperatures are going to come behind it. I know working with United Way of Franklin County, they've got warming spaces set up, and they're working with that now. So if anybody has any looking for warming spaces, they can call United Way of Franklin County. They'll also be setting up a shelter for Thursday and Friday for anybody that needs that shelter, warming shelter. So that's all I have, other than continue on doing what I'm doing. You guys got any questions?
You have a location for the shelters?
I don't. You call United Way of Franklin County and they will point you in the right spot. They'll get you set up and they have like a process.
811, isn't it?
You can call 811, but there is a local number. I don't have it on me right handy, but they do have, and I know we put it on the Facebook page, for the number to get a hold of. So.
Thank you for the update, Tom.
Yep.
All right. Sheriff?
As Derek said, it's been pretty busy, and it's wanted to kind of update you guys on, some of our response times are going to be a little bit off, but to offset that, we've pulled all of our office people. We're also working out on the road, and so we're covering different parts of the county, so we have the people positioned out further away so that we can get to people a lot quicker that way. We've done a lot of work with Public Works and KDOT as well, getting roads blocked while they do get some things taken care of, and they've all been very responsive. When we find real hazardous areas, we get those roads, try to get those shut down, or people at least slowed down, so that the road crews can go out and do what they need to do. So we're just trying to work with all of our partners the best we can and keep going, but in the meantime, besides the weather stuff, we also have the regular incidents that are still happening, and so I appreciate the work of my teams. The people are coming in doing jobs that they're not used to doing, and so they're going out and helping out on taking care of those things. So we're still getting everything covered, and we got good people working for us. So other than that, if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer that.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks for your time. David?
All right, so in my short time here, this has been by far the most difficult snowstorm that we've had to fight for a variety of reasons, but the roads were in pretty good shape on Monday evening whenever the day crew shut down. By the time the night crew got in, we were expecting 1 to 3, and then the 3 inches an hour showed up, and so we've been fighting from behind ever since. To compound that, we've had a number of slide-offs. Our plow trucks, a lot of them have been in the ditches, which has required time and effort to get them out of the ditches and back up and running. We've even had some motor graders get stuck. Yesterday, we had a couple of tow trucks that needed to help out because of the precarious position. And then we still have 2 plow trucks in ditches right at the moment, and we have tow trucks en route to help them get up and running. So far, we haven't tipped anything over. Everybody's okay, so that's a great thing. We have also had some equipment issues. We had an ECM go out of one of our plow trucks and a transmission go out of another. And these are not our old trucks that these things are happening to. Monday, we had 5 good trucks, everything ready to roll, in good shape, and then these things have popped up during the midst of this storm. Despite all of that, our folks have persevered and kept going. Our motor graders have spent a lot more time on paved roads up until now, helping to supplement our plow trucks in order to get the paved roads open and passable. We think that we should have 4 operable trucks here mid-morning or so. And with the weather, with temperatures warming up, we feel like our paved roads are passable now. We think that they will be in much better condition by the end of the day as the temperatures help melt things off, and some of the material that we had laid down before the storm hit. All of that will work to our benefit, and things will be in much better shape this afternoon. Our secondary roads, our blade operators are out working on those as quickly as they can. Many of those guys have put in some really long hours, and they're back at it again today, and we'll have additional long hours ahead of them trying to make sure that all of our roads at least are passable, that there's at least a lane of traffic that they can get down through this storm. So we're trying to get ahead of things because there is another weather system coming in Thursday, Friday, and then again over the weekend we're expecting additional snow. So our folks are working as hard and fast as they can to get things open and in better shape. I really appreciate the local farmers out there that have pitched in and cleaned some of the roads in front of their places. That helps lessen the load a little bit. We'll go back after things are a little more back to normal, and we'll start any, road issues, we'll get those squared away at that point as far as damage that may occur during the plowing. We've taken, we had folks out of the office yesterday, and I think there were 75 calls on our answering machine this morning. And the phone was ringing steadily when I left to come here. So we will, what I can tell folks is that we've got a lot of dedicated folks, operators out there that will continue working on this until things are in good shape. We also, our guys helped rescue a number of citizens yesterday and last night. Folks got stranded off in ditches. There was a family stuck in a car for several hours that we helped pull out. One of the power companies trying to get folks back online got stuck a couple of different times, and we helped get them out. So besides plowing roads and getting those open, we've been helping where we can to keep people on the road and moving forward to get to where they need to. Got a lot of tired folks in the Public Works Department, but they showed up this morning and hard at it, and we'll continue to be working hard until better weather shows up.
Hey, Colt, before you go to commissioner reports, Dustin has an update he would like to.
Come on up, Dustin.
No, it's rare, but this isn't even about our software project or snow, so something a little bit different for you this morning. As you know, I've had a vacancy in my office since January 20th last year. We were able to go ahead and find a great candidate and get an offer made and accepted earlier this week. So I expect to be back to full staff here within a couple weeks, and I think the candidate that we've got, barring anything with pre-screenings, is going to be a great addition to Franklin County as a whole.
Good.
Just wanted to keep you up to date on that.
Good deal.
Thanks.
Anything from clerk's office? All right. Board report.
Kudos to what Derek said. We don't appreciate what emergency management and sheriff department and road crews and ambulance service and, they're all still out there trying to do their job. We can't get out, can't move, but they still got to get to us if we have a problem. So, I've seen them doing a lot of stuff, and first responders also. They're out there too. A lot of times they're there before we can get there because they're situated in the exact area where we got to come clear from Ottawa to get there or wherever else. So just want to thank them for all they do.
Rod?
I don't have anything.
Roy?
I agree with Don. Really appreciate all our employees that made it into work. Nobody had it easy, so. And then the Public Works guys out there trying to help with the roads and all that. It's really appreciative of me and the rest of the commission that doing their best. Appreciate that, David, for your report. Sheriff, for your report. Mr. Winter, for your report. Thank you guys for doing what you do. That's all I have.
Anything to add before we close it up? Monday's a holiday, next meeting's in a week. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Okay.
Second, all in favor? All right.
Aye.